doing down there?
What are you doing down there? He's like cleaning up.
So we're gonna start here. It's a. Where did he do it?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Moto Photo Adventures. My name is Chris, and this is Chris. My buddy Chris, we're going to call him CJ today because that way we don't get confused. How long have you been riding, man?
Since March of last year.
Wow, that's like, you're like a newbie.
Well, within the first 6 months, I did manage to put 10,000 miles on. So it's like short time, but I've been living on the bike.
So what you're saying is you're independently wealthy because you can afford all the time in the world and just go riding?
Oh, I can afford the time to go work.
Well, what do you have here? What kind of bike is this?
So this is a 2021 CB500X. I picked it up back in May, and I put a bunch of goodies on it over the time that I've had it since then, like the exhaust, the pivot pegs. It came with the skid plate. This seat just came in about 3 weeks ago. I ordered it in June. And of course I had to get the windshield because I'm over 6 feet.
Aha, and that is the GV windshield. I'm gonna link in the card above to my installation video. I love the GV windscreen too. But you forgot to mention the most important part. What's the real difference between this bike and mine?
Oh, it has the Rally Raid Level 2 kit on it.
Oh! I'm not worthy.
I got a good deal.
I'll tell you what, I'll put another card here with the Rally Raid installation video that we did on the Rally Raid Level 1 kit on my bike, but he's got the Level 2 kit.
Gratefully it came like that, so I didn't have to do any wrenching. I probably would have had to come get Chris.
That's cool, man. Well, since you've only been riding a short amount of time, you've never done an oil change. So we are here to show how to change the oil on a Honda CB500X. All right, so let me walk you through what you will need to do an oil change on a Honda CB500X. And we'll start with the oil pan. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of old oil dripping out, so you need one of those. You'll need a funnel to put the new oil in. You'll need a new oil filter. Now you bought the original Honda filter and it came with a little filter wrench, so that's kind of cool. I personally use the K&N filters because it has a nut on the end, makes it a little bit easier, but doesn't matter either way. Gloves, keep your hands clean. Of course, you've got a driver's manual in the bike, so you've got instructions in there, but my personal pro tip, run down to your local Honda dealer and say, hey, if you guys updated your shop manuals, do you have any of the older manuals? It's pretty much the same between this bike and the old ones, and they'll sell you one of the shop manuals, and man, there's all kinds of information in there. So a little pro tip for you. And then you'll need a wrench to remove the nut, the drain bolt. 12 millimeters should do it. If you have one, a torque wrench is good to have. There are specific torques to tightening everything, but if you don't, you can hand tighten these and be fine. Another pro tip for you, get some Reynolds wrap aluminum foil. I'll show you why in a little bit. Of course, you need your oil. Now the instruction manual does call for 10W30. We live in a super hot environment here in Charleston, South Carolina, so during the summertime, a lot of us local bikers switch to 10W40 just because it has a better heat resistance at higher temperatures. You'll notice there's two of them, and that's because I always keep my old empty one around, because when we drain the old oil in here, we have something to put it in to take it to the dump and properly dispose of the oil.
Oh, dude, that looks gnarly compared to what went in.
Over on the far right there, you see we have some rags. Of course, you may need lots of those if you do a big spill. Now, what's not included in this is our buddy Chris here has the Rally Raid
surprise.
Yeah, the big old bash plate down here, and so that's covering everything. So we may need a couple of other wrenches to maybe remove some of that. But other than that, this is everything you need, and it's a pretty super easy process. Now, what did you pay for having the Honda dealer do the oil change?
$165 after everything done.
And you can order a kit with everything you need on Amazon for about 30 bucks. All right, Chris, first step we're gonna do because of the Rally Raid is we need to take this little guard off the front. 10 millimeter socket wrench. And then when it's loose enough, 8 millimeter will hold the nut in the back. We got one more on the other side. All right, nice job. So next we're going to come back to the back of the bike, and there's the same 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter combination bolt that we need to remove back here so that we can drop this whole thing down to get access to the drain bolt. All right, so next we want to wiggle this little bar out so you can get behind the flange and pull that out. There you go. Yeah, just jam that in there. Gonna have to work it a little bit. There you go. Pry that bar all the way out. It'll come all the way through. Nice. You can probably just grab it right now. Bam. Good job.
Oh.
All right, so what we need to do is now drop this skid plate. And there's a focal point right here. We don't need to loosen that. It's gonna just drop by itself. But if you'll come around this side with some pliers, and you just need to push this end down. Nice. Perfect. Grab the oil pan there. Slide that underneath. Yep. Now's when you're gonna pull out that aluminum foil. We're gonna use that to make a little channel for the oil to drip down so that it doesn't spray all over your nice, beautiful, spotless engine guard.
Oh God.
Make a lip up here so that, there you go. I got it. And it's gonna drain right down through in here. All of that just to get rid of your rally raid junk out of the way. Now we can actually change the oil. But before you change the oil, you need to start the bike and warm it up for 3 to 5 minutes.
Daytime forever!
All right, next step is you need to remove your oil fill cap. And while you're doing it, you can inspect the little O-ring just to make sure there aren't any rips or tears in that would need to be replaced if you did. So next you want to get your 12 millimeter socket wrench, and you probably want to go to the other side for this one. And let's take your oil drain plug out.
Okay, cuss on camera now.
No skin knuckles. Once it gets loose enough, you can just use your fingers. Oh, there you go.
How many miles do you think I'm overdue?
Next, we got to go loosen your oil filter because there's some oil in there as well. And that is a 17 millimeter bolt with the filter wrench. Yeah, make sure that filter wrench is on there good and tight, because if you strip that, you're in trouble.
Oh, thank you for that tip. Lesson learned.
But hold on, before you go any further, there's going to be some oil coming out. So do you want to put more aluminum foil to protect your header pipes and keep from getting the oil all over the inside of your bash plate?
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Bring that over the top, bring it sideways and up.
Sideways and up.
Yep. Yep. Keep going, keep coming towards you. Yep. And then let's wrap this piece up and over the pipe here. Make a nice little channel. That would be all over his pipes right now. Yep, that's good. Tilt it up. You did right. All right, you'll need the crush washer and the 12mm socket wrench to put your drain plug back in. Just use the regular socket wrench to get it snug, and then we'll get the torque wrench out. All right, since that handle is so long, I'm going to hold the bike up for you if you want to move the kickstand out of the way. And the torque wrench is now set to 22 foot-pounds of torque with the 12mm socket wrench on there. The Honda part number you need is 15010-MCE-H51. Or, like I mentioned earlier, if you would like, you can switch to the K&N filter, and the part number for that is KN-204-1. That's what I use simply because it has a 17mm nut on the end, and that's all you need to change the filter. With the original Honda one, he's going to need this. And of course, if you're out traveling and you're on a trail somewhere, why would you want to carry this if all you really need was this? Just my thoughts. And again, the same problem I find, people over tighten the filters, and then it's a problem getting it off next time. And of course, you've got to get that filter wrench off, and it's stuck. There's another selling point for getting the K&N air filter or oil filter. Were you able to get any leverage?
I was not. I can try getting it from under here.
There it is. Oh. Oh. Do you know what kind of oil your bike takes?
I do not.
What's the best kind of oil for this motorcycle? Let's have a debate, because everybody on the internet debates this stuff. I don't either. That's the point. So you just buy the Honda factory stuff and you're golden, man. GN4.
Trust the pros.
Trust the pros. Now what's really cool about this stuff, it's not as dark as yours. It's a lot lighter color if you... Oh! Pop that seal, baby. Let's get some new oil in there. I'll do the honors of holding your funnel.
Thank you, sir.
All right, pause for a second. Turn this around. That way no air bubbles pop in there, and you actually pour it. Come down a little bit. Come down a little bit. Go like that, and then it won't go bloop, 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 bloop. It'll just pour out slowly and smoothly. Yeah, there you go. Now you've got to put 2.7 liters in. That's what, almost 4 liters? I think, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. So you got a good ways to go. You're gonna have to do about 2/3 of that. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the bike over towards us so that it's standing up. You just keep pouring. Even though we kind of know approximately how much oil we're going to need, it's good to use the sight glass to confirm. Yeah, go another half a liter at least. What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is...
That's a generational problem right there. You should know this. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says that... 42. All right, so let's just hand tighten the cap for just a second and start the engine up, because there is air inside your new oil filter. We need to get that all circulated, and that way it blows out any bubbles so we can tell a true measure of how much oil is in there. Okay.
Kill me.
Kimmy's gonna see that oil stain, and I'm gonna be in so much trouble. And you being a non-married man, you're like, screw it.
I gotta get back to work.
Hey, here comes our biker buddy. I'm rambling.
A little bit.
Let's do that again.
Start it again.
I like the part about the environmentally friendly.
All right,
Yeah,
take
me
two.
too. All right, so that is pretty much it. After we warmed the engine up a little bit and cycled the oil through the new oil filter, we checked the sight glass, made sure that everything is at the top of the line, and everything is good to go. And then basically from here on out, you just button everything back up. Now please remember, once the oil has drained, the old oil needs to be put into a container of some sort and taken to a proper disposal facility. Very important that we be environmentally conscientious motorcycle riders. So now all we have to do is put the Rally Raid bash plate and everything back on. That didn't hurt too bad, did it?
Not at all, once you figured it out.
It's not that hard, man. It's really a very simple process, and I kid you not, for 30 to 40 bucks, you can order all the parts you need, do it yourself, save a lot of money. You're gonna have to do this over and over through the course of your ownership of your motorcycle. Why not just learn how to do it and do it yourself? But that was it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you checking out our Moto Photo Adventures videos. We got lots of great travel videos, how-to videos, fun little things, and guest star appearances by superstars. So stick around. And yeah, actually, you've got your own YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel?
It's called Low Country Adventure. I just now started it out, so if you join, you'll be able to see the growth.
Yeah, be able to get in at the ground floor. It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free. But thanks, guys. We appreciate it, and we will see you on the next episode.